I can't leave y'all alone. It's still Saturday. My video cut off as you know it would. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll get to trying to learn how to edit again. Because I got a new computer. DJ gave me a new computer a while ago. Do I ever really get on it though? With these phones, do we ever really? Yeah, sometimes I do. Especially when I was looking for work and found a job. Now, gainfully employed again at 60 with a new job, a new career. I'm not leaving it, and they better not boot me out, because I'm going to be nice as heck. Okay, so anyway, we were talking about the sea, the ocean, the shoreline. No, we were talking about water, right? And the sea. So I was talking about Abby. This is Denise from Whitmore Reads. Part 2 of the last video that cut off. So, I was reading something about Ebony and Avery, who were talking about Willis, who was in the chapter with Frenchie. Willis is the younger of the two, when they were talking about the ships and the water and the ocean and the African people coming over, and Avery, the white lady, asked Ebby, the black lady, about being connected spiritually to the ocean. So Ebby threw that question back at her, and Avery had a good response. She's telling about her history, and she talks about how it's non-cultural. Of course, these are the words of the black author. But anyway, the earth was damp over there, and the soil being what it was, it didn't hold his shoes. Now, I was reading that, but y'all didn't hear it because the video cut off. So I'm going to back up just a little bit. So I told you what we're talking about. We're talking about water, and I told you how it made me think about birth and how we're all in that embryonic fluid, water, and for 9 months being created, and how the ocean makes you have that aha moment, like relax, makes me exhale. It makes me want to jump in. I know not everybody wants to jump in the water, okay? But not every black person is scared of water. I love the water. I love the ocean. I grew up in Kansas. But soon as I went to the beach, the first time was Atlantic City, New Jersey. And then, of course, fast forward, living in Florida for 16 years. And Virginia for a couple of years. And I love Virginia Beach, too. I love all the beaches in Florida. Still miss Florida. Still love it. Jumped off the cliff to Jamaica. Been to Jamaica a couple of times. Went to the ocean in Oregon. Oh, talking about the most beautiful place in the United States. Okay, so anyway, we were talking about water and how it makes you feel. So, yeah. So I really wanted to pick up there. But Avery's response was just amazing. And I think I missed my page. So anyway, now I found it. I was reading from... I kept going, so I'm sorry. Scratch that part, that little sentence, because that's not where I left off. Okay, so she was talking about how, and this is Avery, in response to Ebby throwing the question back to her, that it goes beyond culture, right? That it's in our nature as humans. Our world is more sea than land. Remember I was saying that before the video cut off? We came from the sea. We eat from the sea. We travel across the seas. We seek out the salt water to soothe our bodies and our worries. The sea is part of us. Whether we live at the shore or not, I believe this is what that Willis guy must have felt when he reached the port city for the first time. The moment he saw the bay and breathed in coastal air, he may have recognized a part of himself that had been missing. Freaking love that. Charmaine Wilkerson, I love that part. So Ebby nods in agreement. My father would agree for sure, but I think the initial attraction was a more practical one. Even for a boy whose ancestors would have been dragged across the ocean to the Americas against their will, the sea raised the possibility of a different life for Willis. Ebby knows this for a fact because Willis himself told this to his grandchildren, and one of Willis's grandsons was Ebby's great-grandfather. Okay, okay, Ebby, okay. So anyway, I'm reading from Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson, the author of Black Cake. If you have not been following along and this is the first video you've ever seen, welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much to the subscribers. Thanks for continuing to subscribe. Sometimes it goes down a lot, and it comes back up, then it goes down. Anyway, thank you. And thanks for the likes and all that good stuff. So I will say this. This is the video I'm going to show you what I purchased at... Because I'm on the chapter of words. It's called Words, and they're in the year of 1847. And it's 189 pages in. So I hadn't read that much since the last video. Just I really feel like talking to somebody about this book or about anything that as it relates to what I'm reading. So that's what we're doing. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. The bookmark that I have for this particular book is one I made, and it even has the year on it. And these are my initials, DDC. You can't see it because now the sun is really coming through. All right, but anyway. Okay, there you go. You see him? You see him? Okay, so yeah, my nails. I've been doing my nails all kind of crazy colors. And so, the light is funky. But who cares? Y'all know I'm not the lighting queen. So I'm going to go ahead and bookmark that and show you guys real quick. And this will be the end of it because this battery is going to go out. I changed the batteries, but the other ones need to be charged. I checked out 2 audio books because I was telling you the last video I took off my Libby app. Number one reason why is because I had to download some apps for my job. As you guys know, that's how jobs do these days. But I had no room. I had no room at the end on my phone because, of course, I got 1,000,001 pictures, and I'm not deleting my grandkids' pictures. I don't care what nobody said. I know they up in the cloud, but I don't feel safe with the cloud, so they're gonna stay on my phone and further take room and take up space. So anyway, I checked out. I only checked out 2 because I had already checked out my books, and then I saw these on the way. I was like, oh, I can get those because it takes me 1 hour and 20 minutes to get to work, or 1 hour and 8 minutes, depending on the traffic. So if there's no traffic, like Wednesday for some reason is really bad. It took about 1 hour and 25 minutes. But coming back home is the monster. But going to work the other days, 1 hour and 8 minutes, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay, so anyway, so I was like, that's 2 hours on the road or more. And so I can get through some audiobooks like I was my Libby books. I don't need to take up space on my phone, right? Summer in the City. I don't know who these people are. It was just something quick. And I don't want something heavy while reading The Escape Artist about the Nazis and the guy who got away, the young man. So anyway, which I told you in the last video. This is by Alex Astor, #1 New York Times bestselling author. Summer in the City, pure steamy fun and the perfect summer read. I got 2 audiobooks that are kind of romantic stuff like this. Just, you know, fun. The other one's in the car. DJ's gone to work. We need another car. Now we need another car. We didn't before. It is only about 5 o'clock. DJ went in real early. He usually works at 11 p.m. So, yeah. I was talking to him. He put on his shoes. I was like, where were you going? He's like, Mom, I'm going to work. I'm going to do some overtime. I was like, oh, okay. Now, these are freezing cold because I came out of the freezer. I was watching somebody on Instagram, and they had this cute little tag where all these different bookstagrammers or book talkers or whatever, but it was on Instagram, so I'm going to call them Instagrammers or bookstagrammers. And they were getting books out of their refrigerator. It was so cute. And I was like, I do that, but I put them in my freezer. And you guys know why. It's because, like I told you, I wipe them off because they have library plastic on them. And then I flip them out and spray them sometime. And then I put them in the freezer because I found that cardboard also and public books, even if you're going to a new book store, people have fondled the books. Maybe they haven't read it and broken the spine, but it's been touched by hands. What if somebody got bed bugs? Put it in the freezer and it'll kill them, right? You learn stuff. And so anyway, these are cold, and because, again, in the freezer. Now, this is the author I was telling you guys about, the romantic author. You just saw the book. So, Abby Jimenez, USA Today bestselling author of the Happy Ever After playlist, right? And there it is. Let me get it out the light. Now you can see it. Then I got another graphic novel. I'm wiping off the cold, and it doesn't get the pages all wet, you know. Oh, that feels good. I know. I'm just gonna put it on my skin. That feels good. It's like really cold. It's really cool, and it doesn't mess up the book at all, you guys, if you're worried. It doesn't get wet in there. I mean, freezers have some sort of dry capacity to them that it doesn't. But when I take it out, then it gets the condensation on it, you know, the little wetness. But anyway, this is another one because that one I read about the career in books was so good. So Much for Love is what it's called. Much for Love. How I Survived a Toxic Relationship. I'm like, I'm here to read something cute again, and I got one more thing of battery, so I'm going to go quick. But look at it. Love on the background. And it's little hearts shaped in a heart. A scarily accurate depiction of toxic relationships. So Much for Love is a survival guide filled with helpful tips and hope. So says Penelope Bajou, author of Brazen. Maybe she's a graphic novelist as well. So this one is by Sophie Lambda at the bottom. Can you see it? Ain't that cute? It's hilariously looking, so I was like, I want some fun. And so there's some of the art. There's some of the art. All right. Okay, so I was on Goodreads.com, and I have one account that's not under my name. If you look up these books and you see something and you're like, that she read that book, that ain't Miss Denise's name though. Anyway, I got on Goodreads one time because the other ones I don't remember the password, and I was just annoyed, so I just made up a name, like of two of my favorite singers, right? So I'm on Goodreads while I'm in the library looking up the book because I had heard something about the first book, and it's supposed to be a trilogy written by Marlon James, right? And the first one is Red Wolf. The second one is Spider King, and I don't know if the third one is not coming out. It hasn't come out yet. I don't know. I'm not up in the new. So, but the covers are amazing, and I have 3 Marlon James books, and I love The Book of Night Women. That book is so good. I could reread that one. But anyway, so I'm looking at the reviews on these books, and I know the light is bad, so I'm gonna bring them over here. You see them? Ain't that beautiful? Just really busy, very colorful and pretty though, because you know I'm an artist. I love color, and hey, they match. They match. Pinks and purples with the crowns over there and ours. Okay, so anyway, these are the books. What about the reviews? The reviews was tearing these books up. They love it or hate this series. Oh my God, they say it's just, one of the ladies was talking about how pretentious he is. And I know he's very wordy because the brief history of 7 killings, that book is this big. I got through half of it. It's still on my shelf. And I still want to read it because the characters were so good. But something about it was just, okay, God dang. And then they talk about the just rape on every page. I was like, what? Because I read the first page of Red Wolf when I was in the library. And I read it twice because after the reviews, I was like, let me read that again. There was no rape on this page. Okay, but yeah. Okay. All right, I understand. But they said it gets really, is that a gnat from my darn plants and stuff in the window? Yeah, I got some lemongrass and basil and some other herbs in my window, as you saw in the last video. Anyway, plants bring gnats, and so sometimes I have to put some sort of junk on it, spray them. Anyway, this is the one they were really dogging out. And then this wasn't too much better. But what I said about Roxane Gay is when I created that new Goodreads, and this was years ago, so I still have it. It's just not under my name. I only followed Roxane Gay because I liked her reviews, and I also like her, the first book I read of hers, An Untamed State, and I ended up selling that to somebody when I was giving books away, and I was selling art. I had art and books for sale in a place that I had a store. So anyway, now fast forward, I started following all her reviews, and of course I followed her on Instagram before, so I think I still follow her. I don't know, because I be losing accounts all the time. You guys know how I am. If you follow me and then all of a sudden I'm not saying nothing because I done created another account. Really bad about that. But anyway, so Roxane Gay, she even said it was kind of I don't know. I don't want to quote her at all because I don't remember what she said verbatim, but it was a good review / yeah, kind of like maybe the subject or the storyline would kind of go to the left and right. You didn't know where it was going or something. And kind of everybody was saying that same thing, right? But one thing she did say is, this is not the Game of Thrones, and stop comparing it to, you know, whatever, to the Game of Thrones. And so I'm like, yeah, okay, go get them, Roxanne. But she said she liked it, so these are checkouts because of Roxanne Gay, okay? And I hope I like them. And I kind of want to just, I just want to know. I just want to know. And I want a good story. And I think his writing, especially in the brief history of seven killings, even though I haven't finished, I haven't DNF. Y'all don't understand. I'll be not finishing books and not telling you at the end of it, or if I, you know, I don't do monthly wrap-ups or weekly wrap-ups or anything like that. So sometimes I'll finish a book and I'll just go on to something else. Or sometimes I will pick a book up that I was maybe 200 pages in off the shelf that I ain't read in months, sometimes years, and then just like read a little bit of the beginning or start all over and read it and finish it. And y'all may not know. It's just, that's just how it is. So I showed you those two and the audio book. And I already showed you this one. This is also a part of that library visit. This is Big Black, Stand at Attica, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 7 books from the last library checkout. And as you guys know, this library checkout is the one I'm finishing today, but when I take breaks, I've been talking to y'all. So the new book that I got from Patchouli Joe's, right? Oh, also, before I open that, they didn't have a book page when I was in there for May. So now they had two. They got May book page and the June book page. Right? They're both summery and pretty, like lavender, and then the other one is like all pink and white. So like lavenders and blues, the girls in the boat. And this one, Here Comes the Sun. And it's all pretty. I love it. Sorry, but I'm holding it to the side because the lighting. Oh, maybe it went away a little bit. All right, there we go. The sun's moved. There it is. So I get to look at all these books, circle the ones I might want to purchase or check out like I always do. Read artist articles. And ooh, the first one I opened up to is called A Different Kind of Love Story in the Corruption of Hollis Brown, K. Ancrum crafts an intimacy between her characters that expands beyond romance. And this is the cover of the author. Okay, so I'll be reading this. So this is the book. I thought the light was over. And this is the writer. Can you see it? I know you can. Alright, so anyway, this is what I do. I involve myself in books and books and books, and then I paint a little, and then I paint a lot, and then I involve myself maybe in one book. But now I'm involved in like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of them. And this is just how I do. Ooh, Old School Indian, a novel. Aaron John Curtis. Damn, that cover's dope. Alter Ego. Okay, so check it out. Pretty? Nice? Cool? Alright, so that's the book page. All the stuff I got from the library. Kind of in twos, except for I got 7 books. I think 2, 4, 6 audiobook, and then, yeah. Oh! Yeah, that's it. So now, in my Patchouli Joe's book haul, purchased Your Next Great Reads from Booksellers Indie Next. You guys get these probably at your bookstore too. This says July 2025, so this one says Summer 2025, includes dazzling debuts and so forth and so on. So they put 2 in the bag for me, loads of books inside and on the back, much like the book page, but a lot less like the book page with, you know, all the beautiful articles and a lot bigger font for us old gals that wear glasses and losing their sight. So what did I get? So I already told you that I got 2 of one of the romance authors, and this is mainly because of people like Kalila D, Kalila D, who I love and obsess with over, because like if I'm doing my painting and I'm not listening to an audiobook, I might turn on some booktube and listen to her, and then I go deep dive into some serious books with Benjamin McAvoy. As you guys know, I will rewatch his old videos, things that I've seen maybe 2 or 3 times, just to hear him talk about books. And then I go for her for some great vibes and, and good books. She likes literary fiction, she likes romance, she likes sci-fi, she likes a lot of books that I have on my shelf that I have yet to read. And like Eleanor Oliphant, still haven't cracked that book open, and that's one of her favorites. But yeah, she got me to read this. Shaughnessy, which is one of her good friends, Shaughnessy Schroeder. I think she reads Abby Jimenez, and she reads a lot of romance, black authors, white authors, it doesn't matter. But I got these because of Khalila D, because that's my girl. So in my head, she's just like a little sister that I never had. And I think that is it. That's the only book I bought. I didn't buy any 25-cent books from the library, like I said, or any dollar books from the library. I went for the big brand new book because on that, what's it called? Anyway, it's an app. My phone was dying, so it's in my room charging up. But there was an app my son told me about where I can watch movies, get ebooks, and I told you guys about that in a different video, and I forget the name of it. So maybe I'll link it below. But y'all know I don't really do that either. So I'm trying, but I always say I'm trying and I don't. And sometimes I do. So it's either hit or miss sometimes. But I will say this. The battery's about to die. I don't know if these are part of a series, but this is one I own. I don't have to turn it in. And then, of course, the other one that I checked out, Life's Too Short. So I've got 2 to read. And since I own this one, and if I'm staying true to how my reading life is, I probably won't read this for quite some time. But because I got A Little Life that I want to read. I got all those tomes that I need to catch up on and I want to read. My top shelf book that I specifically put tomes that I need to read this year. And I'm diverting and reading other things. Now the Marlon James book, both of those are over 500 pages. So those are both tomes. I've got them checked out. And so hopefully I can get through them. And hopefully I hate them or love them as much as everybody else. That's that on that. And I showed you everything. Bye, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.